thrilled to announce the addition of a brand new circuit to the EKS calendar for 2026 in the form of Wilton Mill Kart Circuit.
I still remember the first time racing with the Elite Karting Series up in Wigan in Three Sisters Circuit, from the first night race where I wore a tinted visor, and as you can imagine we did a little bit of off-roading, but this time I'm hoping for a better result. Not in the top 10, I want to be at least in the top 5, maybe even a podium. Going to a track that you've never been to and then having a 10-minute practice and then doing straight into a race is quite difficult.
Hello. No, thank you. Thank you, mate, thank you. It's my first time, so I'm not going to be very good.
It's easy to learn, but
Is it?
it's like a track, easy to learn but hard to master, you know what I mean?
I actually watched a YouTube video before going on the track, and the YouTube video told me to go flat out into turn 1, so I went flat out into turn 1.
Well, that's not what you want to do, is it? I can't believe that. Why am I trying to say turn 1 flat out on cold tyres? What am I doing? Oh, there's a corner there, I didn't see that. Almost lost it completely. Got both the way around, so.
We managed to qualify 10th on the grid, which I don't think is too bad, to be fair, considering there was like, what, 20 of us or something, and 10th is not bad.
Oh my god, we could have been on for a good one there.
So I wasn't too happy with it, but the only way from 10th is pretty much up. It was a bit nerve-wracking before the first lights out. You don't really know what's going to happen, you don't really know what your competition's really like either.
There's Ellis Davies in the middle of the pack, kart number 5. Split 2 junior field, ready to get going, and indeed they do get going.
We'd managed to get a lovely launch off the line, jumping to get on our right. So as we head into turn 1 and 2 here, we're hoping to get a nice launch out of the exit to get ahead of these guys up ahead.
I'm just getting pushed.
After getting pushed into turn 1, we had a lot of guys trying to slip through on the inside here. We're trying to defend the inside into this corner here. We can't do anything. We try to set up the switchback, but unlucky for us, we've got 2 guys on our inside here, but luckily we're just about an inch ahead, so we can keep these positions going into the double left-hander here. But I don't actually see this guy coming up on my left here. He just managed to slip on by through this corner. I did not see that coming whatsoever. As we were catching up to the guys ahead of us here, this guy in the red suit tries to try one up into Christmas. Unlucky for him, I'm actually the OG master of defence, so we're just going to stick it down the inside here. We're going to wheel to wheel through the exit of Christmas here, going through turn 4 here. He's going to get the outside line on us here, but actually up ahead, these two are going to go battling, and this guy's going to spin round, allow me just to slip on past.
It's getting very, very physical here. Ellis Davies has made it through, actually, into, I think, P6 here.
Going on to the start of lap 3 here, we start catching up to the guy up ahead and we get a nice exit out of the final corner. But this guy in the red suit once again gets a crazy exit out at turn 1 using all the outside curb. So he managed to get a crazy run on us, uses all our slipstream. I don't see him. He tries to slip onto the inside, but yet again we just managed to hang one round the outside of him there. We were actually starting to catch up to the guy ahead of us here. Lap after lap we were gaining about a couple tenths every lap on him, until the guys behind me start to get impatient and sends one down the inside here. Luckily, I managed to defend it off. But from here on, I just started defending P6 because I knew it was a good position and I didn't want to risk losing it fighting the guy up ahead. And then coming out the final corner, I get a terrible exit out the last corner. So the guy in the red gets a lovely run on us through turns 1 and 2 here. And obviously he has a crazy exit out turn 2 every time somehow. But this time I see it coming, I defend the inside, so I don't give him that chance once again. He tries it to the outside, but a move around the outside of Christmas is pretty hard to do. I managed to outbrake him on the inside and we carry on in P6. As we go through the double left-hander once again, the guy in the red tries one to the inside, but he backs out last second because I don't see it, and we managed to hold on to P6, but it just shows how desperate the guys behind us are to get ahead. As we go into the penultimate lap of this race here, we try to get a clean entry into turn 1 and 2 here, try and get that exit, but this guy just uses all that curb and just manages to get such a good exit. It's actually crazy. But once again, we managed to nail down the inside, and once again he struggles to get that outside move done, so we stick at P6, so we're going to defend for our lives. This guy in the red suit obviously really wants to get past me here. I don't blame him, it is a race to be fair, but I do want to catch up to the guys ahead of us here as I get a nice corner out of there. Actually use all that curb on the exit. Here we go, but as we see the drone flying about, this guy gets super desperate, almost sends it down the inside. If he would have sent that, we'd both been out the race there, but I managed to keep it pinned, use way too much curb through these 2 corners. Here we go onto the second straight of this track. It's actually not, there's the 2 straights of this track are very short, as we almost go 3 abreast into this corner here. Luckily I take a bit of a wider line there so we don't make contact at all, so them 2 behind are going to start battling a bit, but this guy is still hot on my heels here, going through the last corner, heading on to the last lap of this race here. So once again I'm going to open up the entry into turn 1 and 2 to try and get that exit speed that this guy in the red has, but obviously I don't know the tech is around this track because this guy, he's like a rocket, look at him, but obviously I don't see him getting so close again, so he has the inside line this time, but I'm just going to hang it all the way around the outside of him here. We're going to carry on going wheel to wheel. I'm just going to jump back straight in front of him. He couldn't do that to me, but I managed to pull it off right in front of him, and I think the guy behind him also slipped past. And I play the defensive as well, just to make sure he doesn't do any last minute heroics on me through that corner here. So as I know it's the last lap, it pops up on the gantry here. It's just my job just to defend this position as best as I can. There's no chance of getting P5 here. These guys, the top 5 are miles ahead, so I just need to really turn into prime Sergio Perez here and just bring it home for P6, these points. But yet again he looks at the inside, but he just doesn't quite have that exit speed. We're going to hook that curb up, the drone's looking at us here. We're going to go through the penultimate corner into the last corner, and we're going to see the checkered flag. So going into the second heat, I was hoping to use what I'd learned from the first heat in this heat to hopefully give myself an advantage.
Here we go, race about to get underway. And our split 2 field roars into life, and half the field does not get going. Oh dear, Edouard Deroft and Daisy Newsom left stranded there. Bit of context, so a very chaotic start. Into Ashby for the first time comes the field, and you can see Ellis is in P5 there, behind our top 4. There's yellow flags being shown around the course, so no overtaking. In fact, red flag being shown, so they may actually restart that one.
So after half the grid not moving off the starting blocks here, we had to restart the race. So as you can see, I'm trying to put heat into these tyres, which is doing absolutely nothing because I have to stop the car in 2 seconds anyway. So anyway, we head to our grid box here. We're going to hope for as good a start as last time since half the grid didn't move. But even then we got a good start, making up like 5 positions. If we can get a similar start again, it'll be a big advantage going into the rest of this race, and especially into this last heat.
The race about to be restarted as away they go. A much cleaner start for this time, and it is car number 14 of Perez that leads the field away into the first couple of corners as it gets very, very hectic behind. Everybody shuffling for position then as they come on the run into Christmas corner.
Going into Christmas here, I accidentally understeered straight into the side of this guy here, so we're actually up into P8 at this point, and the main objective here is to pick up as many pieces as we can in this chaotic opening stages of the lap.
That is Stephen. Oh, and the Duroft is onto the grass there, coming out of the Ashby corner. Oh, and more. That's Jaden Stephen being put on the grass there, and that is going to allow Duroft and Davies to give him a bit of a challenge here.
As we follow the guy who's just gone off, and actually the guy from the start of the video, through the second straight here, we're going to try and catch up to him as much as we can here, as he actually slides out wide here, so he opens up the door. We don't actually take the opportunity there, but we're just going to follow him around, because we know he's quite a quick driver, so we're going to follow him down the main straight here. We're going to use all his slipstream, going to cheeky check behind us just to make sure we're not going to get overtaken just randomly through turn 1. So we're going to follow him through turns 1 and 2 here. We're going to try and use the exit curve to get that exit speed once again. We're going to follow him. He's catching up a lot to the guy in the red suit here, so I may as well watch and see if I can pick up any pieces. There's no any contact into Christmas here. I'm going to carry on following him around here into turn 3. I'm going to keep following him, and we can see this guy's looking to make a send down the inside, and he does. The guy in the red tries to defend it a little bit. I just follow the guy in the blue through, and that gets us up into P6, which is not too bad whatsoever, but he does still have the inside line and manage to cover it round the outside, and I just slide on left so he can't get back at us here, and we claim P6. As we're into the start of lap 6 here, the guy who went off at the start is hot on our heels here, so we're going to have to defend like crazy up into Christmas.
Focus our attention at the front as Davies goes a little wide, and Duroft is now challenging him, trying to steal back that 6th position, but not able to do so. Duroft, you sense a little bit frustrated after being put on the grass a bit earlier.
He then tries it again through here, but unlucky for him, this happened so many times I just swoop around the outside. He tries the outside there, but there's no room at all through there, so we hang on to P6. But from here, I wanted to go forward. Instead of just defending P6, I want to try and get at least in the top 5 this time, like I said at the start of the video. So that only meant one thing.
Okay, Lewis, close that gap as much as you can. It's hammer time.
Declan Perez starting to fall into the clutches of Ellis Davies here, and look at that 5th place battle. Ellis Davies very close and has to back out at the last minute of a move up the inside to keep these 3 behind him. Great run by Ellis Davies. Perez ready to shut the door for 5th position. He doesn't shut it early enough, and it is Davies off, but he leaves the door open to the second part of the boot, and now Nick Hugh is side by side through the pit fence chicane, and Nick Hugh has to back out there. So it is getting very, very frantic as we enter the final lap. Oh, to the outside comes Davies. Davies has made it through on Perez into 5th position through Christmas corner. A fabulous late move there on the last lap of the race. So the Welshman really getting his white knuckles out and absolutely making the move at the right moment.
Let's go, baby! Oh my, last lap, that's fucking lap.
It was pretty nerve-wracking sat in P3 though, knowing there were so many quick drivers behind me, but I knew I was one of them as well.
We are moments away then from the start of race 3.
Probably the highest pressure moment of the day. Just sat there in P3 just waiting for the lights to go out.
Rowe, but can he hold on to that on the run into the first couple of corners at Oblivion and Crooks? Ellis Davies gets a great start, gets himself into 3rd position ahead of Leighton Barkey Yates, coming rushing through into Fine Lady, and Ellis Davies, the Welshman, is up to P2 there.
And Verstappen sets after Hamilton. Is it going to be a first World Championship for Verstappen? Is it going to be an 8th World Championship for Lewis Hamilton? Where can Verstappen try and get past Hamilton? First overtaking zone is normally down in the turn 5. Is Verstappen
you fucking later, son.
So it is always Ellis Davies that now leads.
I don't even know how we managed to get P1 on the first lap, to be honest. The car was rapid, honestly. The car was amazing. But the main thing now is keeping the concentration, because the easiest thing you can do when you're in P1 is lose concentration.
But for Ellis Davies, that's a brilliant start for him. Picking off Appleton quickly here. But up front, Davies continues to stretch his legs in car number 18. 101.1. 1 minute 0.8 this time around, and the gap to Appleton 1.3 seconds. But Ellis Davies is the fastest man on track, 1 minute 0.4 that previous lap.
I just remember driving past the pit lane every time, looking to the timer and just see it be going so slowly. With 12-minute heats, honestly felt like a lifetime. Just driving past it every time, 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Honestly, I couldn't wait for it to end. It was the longest 10 minutes of my life.
Meanwhile, Davies, with 3 minutes left on the clock, has got a 4-second lead over Appleton.
But then the one thing I hoped it wouldn't happen all day, even though I kind of knew it was going to happen when I looked at the forecast the day before. I saw rain at 12 o'clock, and it was currently 12:30 while the race was going on. And there was no sign of the rain, but you could see it in the clouds, and it was starting to get a bit cloudy up there. And I just remember, I think it was maybe the third lap until the end, just seeing like the drops start landing on my visor and just thinking, oh God, please don't bin it now. You're in P1 and you just bin it. Oh, it was so stressful. But I just remember just every lap maybe just lifting off the accelerator, coasting, and I was just like about 2 temps before the corner, and then just braking, just so I could just make sure I didn't bin it. I had the gap, I could play it safe.
Our split 2 field. So the rain continuing to fall now, and that is going to make things incredibly risky, treacherous, and very exciting. But the track is getting slippy and treacherous here, and still Barkey Yates and Appleton are absolutely inseparable, but they're now 10 seconds behind Davies, who only has to tiptoe it home. But we've only got a minute left on the clock here. We are not far off starting the final lap, and Ellis Davies, well, he has been absolutely exceptional in this final race of the day.
What's up?
Sliding his way to victory will be Ellis Davies. A fantastic drive to win the final Split 2 junior race of the day.
Oh my God.
I just remember passing that checkered flag and just feeling the biggest sight, just the biggest like wave of relief. Like I didn't have to drive any more laps in those horrible conditions.
Oh my God, yeah. Come on, baby. 2 years I started starting. It's about 2 years today, really, kind of. Near my birthday, and I never thought I would say we were just 1 E3 in chaos. Fucking hell.
Huge congratulations there to Ellis Davies, because he was absolutely brilliant there and deservedly took the victory.